Hey there, YouTube. I've got some technical issues with my computer and my phone. I can't make videos on my phone at all because it always crashes. And my computer will take a whole video, and then I stop it, and there's no data. It's like it didn't happen. So hopefully this one will actually stick. I sort of ranted for almost 23 minutes in the last video, but I'll just go through some of the important highlights. I saw the doctor today for the heel that I injured in a meltdown a week ago, and tomorrow I need to get an x-ray. I was told to keep a shoe on this foot at least whenever I'm not sleeping. So after the doctor's office, when I got home, I talked to Kayla about everything and told her what I needed. I needed a new pair of shoes that would work for my injury and some insoles. And she recommended looking online, and I'm a very impatient person, so I did a little bit of it, and she suggested doing some research. And I started to, and I got frustrated with how long that would take. I didn't want to have to wait a few days, and so I went back out to the bus and took it to the shoe store and got there like a minute before it opened, and the person there was very, very friendly. They showed me some good options, and I came home with some good shoes and insoles, and this is good. I also learned how to walk with one crutch, so I don't have to give myself bruises in my armpits. I only injured my right heel, so I just have to take the weight off of it. Mostly just try not to use it. Anyway, today was an interesting day. I felt bad about how I got impatient with Kayla with the recommendation. She's always just trying to help, and if I told her about the other advice, I'm supposed to freeze a water bottle and roll my foot on it, and she's just asking questions like, can we use this glass jar? And in my head, because my excuse is because of the way I grew up, I assume that if she's saying that, it's because she doesn't want help, and I'm like, it's fine, I'll just do it, don't worry. And she reflected back to me that I frequently do that, and so I felt bad. I was listening to this life coach Joe Hudson. He uploaded some video today about love and relationships, and so I wanted to see what he was going to say. The person who asked the question was asking about, or one of the questions was asking about sex and relationships and why it can die. And again, because of my background, which if you haven't seen any videos, I was physically, emotionally abused since I was 4 by my adoptive matriarchal figure, and it's taken me a long time to work through that, and it's taken me a really long time to learn how to have relationships and to trust and all this stuff. And so I don't initiate, I don't try to ask for sex or do anything that I think the other person might say no to, really. I just kind of exist, and if I have something like a want or a need come up that I feel I might get rejected for, I kind of just clam up and feel depressed or angry or woe is me or whatever. So the coach, I think he's a life coach, Joe Hudson, I'm pretty sure this is his name, his response was something like, the caretaker in the relationship, if that happens, that one person kind of becomes a caretaker, they, feeling that will, lose their attraction, because in their mind that their partner kind of becomes their kid. They're in a parent role, and like no parent wants to have sex with their kids. So that, I came home and I was like, hey, I watched this video and I wanted to check in, make sure that, you feel supported and I'm not asking too much, and that I'm doing what I can. And she kind of wryly said, like, I made you like one sandwich, which, I don't ask for help, but I do require a lot of support. I have meltdowns and like, I just get worked up. I'm high strung. And so, part of the thing, like I was saying, was not getting worked up when she's just asking questions and trying to help. Like, she wanted to help me. The question about the glass jar wasn't like a weird like diversion or deflection. It was a genuine question. And it was good to talk about that, because I got the reflection that it's not like I'm like a crazy needy baby that's always making her do stuff for me, but also she's like, yeah, you could go to the peer group and then, maybe tell me about that, instead of basically like making her be my peer counselor all the time. And I have an online support group, this Adults with Autism group, that's going to take a break for the month of July. So I will need to make sure that I have some outside source of support, which I did a bit of before the pandemic and the Zoom thing happened, where we stopped going out unless you had an essential job. Unfortunately, a lot of people were forced to be out there, but I was working as an ESL teacher, and so we had Zoom classes, and I was in grad school, and so we had Zoom classes. And I was also in a peer adult children of alcoholics and dysfunctional families support peer group, and it was a 12-step group actually. And that moved on to Zoom, and I got less and less comfortable with putting myself physically out there. And that's something that I can show up for and make it a small risk to do, so that it will be easier for me to get back out there, to go back to work or whatever I end up doing. Inevitably, I'm not going to be able to just hole up like a hermit for the rest of my life. It's hard, because Kayla was always having the best intentions, and she'll make suggestions like getting a volunteership or applying for this or that job, just so that you can make sure that you don't make it too hard to get back out there. And I know, I agree, and I want to do that. I don't want to like become more agoraphobic and less capable or more limited. But that part of my brain that like wants to never have a meltdown again will like kick up and feel sort of meltdown-ish, and like will recoil against the suggestions that I should put myself in any risk of getting overstimulated, which I can't really live my life like that. But it also does happen that my nervous system can get overstimulated, and then I'll have meltdowns. So I have to do what I can to prevent that, and to also mitigate the fallout when it does happen. Not harm myself, reduce the harm, reduce the damage to things. But I'm autistic and I can't stop meltdowns forever, so I'll be having to negotiate to work with myself in the world. And that's something that I didn't really think of before. I just had this idea that I was just going to rush to get this career as a therapist, which after 2 years of grad school I burnt out and I didn't graduate, so I'm not doing that. And it's like my birth chart said that in the first part of my life I would like throw myself at the world, and eventually I would have to learn, or hopefully I would learn, to let the world come to me. And I'm still there, and it's a good place to be because it involves, again, like learning to love myself and just be with what's true, with what's authentic for me. And so yeah, that was something else. I think the video that Joe Hudson put up, he was talking about taking your focus off of trying to please everybody and make sure that they stick around, and like turning it to yourself and like what you want and need and how you're doing, etc. I'm paraphrasing, and you should just watch his video, but I really, really needed that advice. And Kayla and I have been watching the new Malcolm in the Middle comeback series, and I can tell that the writers, the people involved in making it, a lot of them have had a lot of therapy, because without spoiling anything, if you ever want to watch that show, it's so far all been very very heavy with the like therapy informed episodes, basically, where people are having their challenges and other people are providing really accurate, helpful reflections, and even the characters themselves. There's just some really cool cultural phenomenon that we're all part of in some small way or bigger way, that we're learning how to work with ourselves and love ourselves, heal ourselves, and so you've got to put your mask on, fill your own cup first before you could try to like go out there and like love and heal the world. Like, that's not like fixing. That was something that I do remember in grad school, was being told as a therapist to not try to fix, which is funny because like when you go to get therapy, you really want someone to fix you, but they're not really there to fix. You can't really just go in there and just like decide you're gonna fix things and bend life to your will, but you can show up authentically and see what happens, and do your best and see what happens. But yeah, it's a challenge, and I hope this video will get saved on my computer and that I can upload it. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, whenever you watch this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I love you, and bye. Oh boy, let's see. It's not stopping, so